Okay.
This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. And today we have a guy that wrestled for the WWE for about 7 years, had The Undertaker's debut match, King Kong Bundy's debut match, Hercules' debut match, Demolition's debut match, Heart Foundation's debut match, and got in a backstage altercation with Dynamite Kid. Dave Schultz broke his nose, and a lot more has happened with Mario Mancini over the years. You were even there for Hulk Hogan beating the Iron Sheik. You've seen it all.
I gotta tell you something, man. But that was the first time in my life that I got real spooky chills because you know, I was just kind of just on YouTube, just kind of surfing, and it said the birth of Hulkamania. And I said, let me watch this. And I watched it, and he throws the Sheik out of the ring, and I'm like, is that me? I'm like, that's me. I was there. And I'm famous for having a memory like an elephant. And I'm like, this chill came over. I like that was 7 months before I broke in. So I'm like, I was in the garden, and then it all started coming back to me. It all started coming back to me, and I remember Tony Altomare being on a payphone because he worked for Titan Sports. That's why I went. I was in wrestling school, and he said, "Hey, kid, you want to take a ride to the garden with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he ended up coming up to me and said, "Look, you're going to go out and help out at the end of this match and everything." I'm like, "All right." But he called his girlfriend. It was like 11:30 at night, and he called his girlfriend from the garden, and she was crying. She goes, "My ex-husband showed up, and he was drunk." And Tony had this 1976 big Cadillac Eldorado convertible, and it was freezing out. And I swear to God, he must have got to New Haven in an hour on the Parkway from the garden. I mean, he's going 110 miles an hour. He's so mad. So now, he goes into the house like 1:00 in the morning. He goes into the house, and I'm in the car. I'm 17 years old. So he comes out at 3:30 like this. And he comes walking up to the car, and he goes, "Kid, I forgot you were in the car. Why didn't you knock on the door?" I go, "I don't know, Tony. You were pretty mad. I'm a senior in high school." I'm like, "You seem pretty mad." It was like none of my business. Yeah, but it's cold out. You sat here. The car's not running. The heat's not on. I go, "I just figured eventually you'd come out." And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I had my big 1977 green Thunderbird parked at Passerello's Quest, where the wrestling school was. So he took me back to my car, and I finally went home. Yeah.
Yeah, started. I actually started when I was 17 too, but you started right in the WWE after training school. I guess you were a fan, and from what I understand, your brother actually paid the $3,000 for you to be trained by Tony, who at
Yeah.
the time was in charge of helping bringing talent to make the stars look good on TV. So
Yeah.
if you want to share the Coles Notes version of that, that'd be great because there's a lot of great stories that you have.
Well, it was, okay, hon, can you close that door? Tony Altomare trained myself, Dave Barbie, Seth Cohen, who worked as Robbie Parliament, AJ Petrucci, myself, Dave Barbie, and he told us that we were friends and we were sparring. And when we turned pro, we were really going to apply this stuff. That's what he told us. So he would always say, stay really loose in the ring. You guys are friends. You don't want to hurt each other. But when you go out there and that bell rings, well, you gotta fight for your life. Okay. So he goes, we're going to go to Poughkeepsie today. And it was July 31st of 84. And I just graduated high school 6 weeks ago, So he goes, we're going to go to Poughkeepsie, and we're going to go there in the afternoon, and we're going to work in the WWF ring. We're going to do class in the WWF ring. I go, okay. So we hop in his car and we go to Poughkeepsie, and we're sitting in an empty arena. We're watching promos. And in fact, Hulk Hogan, I don't know if he'll ever remember this, but I was standing there by the stage watching him cut a promo. And he said, "Hey, kid, you got your boot with you?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Give me your boot." And he cut a promo with my wrestling boot. And we're just sitting there, and Tony comes up to us and goes, "All right, go downstairs. You guys are working tonight." What? Go downstairs. You guys are working tonight. Go see Gorilla Monsoon. So we go downstairs and we see Gorilla Monsoon. He goes, "Put your shoot name here, your real name here, your real name here." I go, "What's this?" He goes, "It's a contract." I said, "How long is it for?" He goes, How long do you want it for?" I go, "Well, do I need a lawyer to look at this?" He goes, "Not this contract. You going to sign it or not?" So I signed the contract. AJ Petrucci signed the contract. Seth signed it. Dave Barbie signed it. So Tony takes me and he goes, "I need to introduce you to someone." I said, "Okay." So he walks me over and he goes, "This is Chief Jay Strongbow. This is Mario Mancini." I said, "Hi, Mr. Strongbow. It's nice to meet you." He goes, "Yeah, kid, yeah. Go talk to Valentine." I go, "Why?" He goes, "You're working with him." I go, "I'm wrestling him." He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Is this for the Intercontinental title? Is this a non-title match? Because I'm going to beat him. Chief, I'm going to beat him." So he looks over at Tony. And when Strongbow was a little irritated, he'd go, That's all he would do. Trust me, the guy was my second father for 28 years. So he goes, "Go talk to Valentine." I said, "I'm not talking to him. He's not getting that figure 4 on me. There's no chance." Tony puts his arm around me. We walk away. He goes, "Listen, just go talk to Valentine. Okay?" Okay. So I go walking up to Greg Valentine. He's sitting down. I said, "Greg Valentine." He goes, "Yeah." I go, I'm Mario Mancini. I'm wrestling you. Not working with you. I'm wrestling you." He goes, "Yeah, kid. How long have you been working?" I said, "This is my first professional match." Like Lurch, hammer went. He goes, "Listen, I slapped that figure 4 on you. Keep your legs loose. If you don't, you're going to hurt yourself. I'm not going to hurt you. You're going to do it to yourself." And my stomach just dropped. And I went, "Oh, can I get a comeback?" He goes, "You want to come back?" I said, "I'd appreciate it." He goes, "Sure. After you submit to the figure 4, get up from the canvas and come back to the dressing room."
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.